Coral Gables, Florida. The nickname is City Beautiful. Are you looking to move to Miami, Florida and still deciding what neighborhood you should move into? Well, you may want to stick around because in this video, we're going to talk about everything that you need to know about living in Coral Gables, Florida, which is one of the best neighborhoods in all of Miami. So let's find out why and jump into this video right now. Welcome back, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Miami, Florida and the surrounding areas, then tap that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. My name is Raymond Goyri, and I'm a full-time realtor in the Miami area with your Living in Miami, Florida team. And we get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking to make that move to Miami. And we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving soon, 90 days from now, a year from now, make sure to reach out to us, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, and weekends. We got your back when making that smooth move to Miami, Florida. So let's find out why they call Coral Gables the City Beautiful. It is really a beautiful place to live, and it's a large neighborhood, extends from the north all the way south, and it touches the water. So you have different parts of Coral Gables, but it all has the same feel. The architecture is mostly Spanish architecture, tons of huge trees all over the city, which is very unique to this part of the town, which brings a lot of shade, scenic roads. There's also a little downtown area with shops, restaurants, bars, and a lot of jobs in the finance industry in Coral Gables, lots of parks, great schools. So let's go ahead and find out why it's a great neighborhood where people are looking to live, work, and play within their same community. And dive into Google Maps so we can go ahead and talk about everything about living in Coral Gables. All right, here is Coral Gables on Google Maps. You see it's shaded, the light shade. It borders US 41, which is 8th Street, and that goes east and west, and all the way down to Biscayne Bay. So it goes north and south. It's very narrow from east to west, but it extends north and south. It's a pretty large municipality. And it has different parts. So the location is excellent because you're still on the east side. As I zoom out a little bit, this is sort of the center of Miami. You have downtown Brickell area, the beaches. You have the north part of Miami. All this is considered North Miami. Down here is South Miami. So it's right smack almost in the middle, but more to the east. So you're still close to a lot of great neighborhoods like the downtown area. You're not far from the beach, close to the Miami airport, close to Coconut Grove, which is another great neighborhood. And you have a lot of streets and avenues that go in and out. And now you are close to US 1. Actually, US 1 goes through Coral Gables, and you can take that road north and south. If you want to go north and south, you got US 41, 8th Street, you got Coral Way, you got Bird Road, Suns. All these there's main streets going east and west. And so that's easy access. Now, one little thing that you're not close to expressways, which is maybe good and bad, but you're not far from, let's say, all these streets connect to 826, which is an expressway that goes north and south of Miami. Very important, busy expressway. Or if you want to go more on the east side, you got to take US 1 or take any of these avenues all the way to 836, which is the one that goes by the airport, east and west, and take that to I-95, which shoots more north. So it's nestled within all these neighborhoods. You got West Miami, South Miami, you got Coconut Grove, Little Havana. So it's in a great location. Now it has that suburb feel, but you're still within all the action. There is a downtown area in Coral Gables. As I zoom in a little bit, it's on the northeast side. This little shaded right here. This is the Miracle Mile area. So this is in Lejeune, and this is Miracle Mile. It extends this way. All this is just filled with little restaurants, shops, cafe, ice cream parlors, things to do at night, like some rooftop lounges. And then in here, you're gonna find a lot of jobs in the finance industry and insurance industry. So people Monday to Friday here are walking around. They're working, they're having executive lunches. During the weekend, people are strolling around enjoying a nice Sunday afternoon. So this is like the heart of Coral Gables, the Miracle Mile section. You got Ponce de Leon that goes north and west. You got more shops and restaurants down here. So this is more the heart of downtown of Coral Gables area. And there's some tall buildings there. If you like condo living, there's a lot of condos in this section. And down here by Coral Way, you got some condo living. If you're enjoying this video, or you have any comments or questions or suggestions on what videos you want to see in the future, make sure to comment below and smash that like button. Go ahead, waiting. There you go. And this will help us to better understand what you guys want to know about, so we can provide better content in the future. Let's talk about the housing in Coral Gables. The north part of Coral Gables is going to be more your entry level, and entry level I'm talking about the probably $700,000, $800,000 starting. But Coral Gables is an expensive place to live because it holds its value. If you buy a property here and the economy goes down and the real estate market crashes, this may be one of the last neighborhoods to lose its value, because it's just a great place to live. They maintain the properties. The city of Coral Gables has a lot of rules. That's another thing to think about when moving into Coral Gables. It's so pretty and so beautiful because they're pretty strict on things that you can do and things that you cannot do. For example, you cannot have a truck in your driveway. Little things like that. Your landscape has to be pretty well manicured. If not, they may give you a fine. So they do a lot of things to maintain the look of Coral Gables. So this part, the north part, this is Little Gables, which is considered the entry level. The homes are not as big. They're still very nice. They still have that Coral Gables charm, the Spanish architecture, but they're not going to be as expensive as going down south. So as we move down south, the property values go up because you're getting closer to the water, but it's still a fantastic place to live in Coral Gables. You got Granada Golf Course. If you like to play golf, it's a 9-hole course. And you got the country club right here. It has a pool and a gym on this part right here. It's not popping up, but it should be somewhere here. There we go, Coral Gables Country Club. People do weddings there, events. They have a swimming pool, a gym. If you live in Coral Gables, you can definitely join. And there's a lot of benefits. This is a golf course. Surrounding this golf course, you have beautiful homes. These homes around here are going to be bigger homes, 2-story homes, with still a lot of charm. And this is the north part of Coral Gables. As you move towards the east side, this is 42nd Avenue, called Lejeune Avenue. It's a main avenue going through Coral Gables. You can take that straight into the airport. As I zoom out, you see it runs right into the Miami airport. So you have a lot of streets and avenues heading out from Coral Gables. Now, starting in Lejeune, you have Miracle Mile. It goes all the way to Douglas. This whole strip of Coral Way Street is filled with actually, there's a lot of wedding shops. I don't know how that started, but there's a lot of wedding dress stores. There's a lot of like bakeries, cafe shops, and wine shops, little bars, great restaurants. Coral Gables is known for their restaurants all over this area. Tab 42 is a nice bar/restaurant in Coral Gables. You have the Coral Gables Museum. See, Miracle Mile is all this strip. And in here, in these little side streets, you have a lot of restaurants as well. You have Giralda Avenue, which is, let's see if I can pop it up. Okay, Giralda is right here. It's a little strip. It's a little street that they basically closed down not too long ago, and they remodeled the whole area because it was always known for their restaurants. So they sort of blocked it off, and now it's a very walkable. Yeah, it's a sidewalk. They turned it into a big sidewalk, and it was a street. And there's a lot of nice. This is a pizza place, a rooftop bar, and this place is actually called The Bar. Very popular spot. So all in here is outdoor seating, and you can enjoy a nice afternoon. And every so often they put on the top, like they have now lights, but they have art displayed all over this area. Graciano's meat market is very good too. Not only meat market, but they have an amazing bakery. That's a great place. If you live here, you'll definitely be visiting. So this is the happening Coral Gables, the commercial side of it, the downtown area. There's a lot of high-rise condos here, a lot of office buildings, but it's very pretty. You got Barnes & Nobles, Cheesecake Factories, and down here as well in these little side streets, You have more restaurants and bars, and all this is very walkable. You can park and walk all over. You can work here and walk everywhere. They have a little golf cart called the Freebie, where if you live within a certain area in Coral Gables, it takes you to and from certain areas, especially Miracle Mile area, and you can go to a restaurant, eat, or shop, and it'll pick you up, and it's totally free as long as you live in Coral Gables. They also have a trolley that goes up and down Ponce de Leon, right here, up and down. Very useful if you work here. You hop on the trolley, you have lunch, you come back, you still walk, but if they say it's hot, it's nice to hop on the trolley and not sweat that much. So that's your Miracle Mile area. You got your Little Gables down here. As you move south, the homes start getting a little bigger. And this is sort of the heart of Coral Gables. You have the Biltmore, which is a beautiful hotel down here, Coral Gables and all of Miami. As you see, it has that Spanish architecture. It has the most amazing pool. I love going here. Even if you don't stay in the hotel, you can do staycations and stay in the Biltmore. But they also rent the cabanas by the pool and for the day or for like 4 or 5 hours, and you can enjoy the pool. One of the best pools in all of Miami because it was built back in the early 1920s. It's huge, and they have a little restaurant next door, a bar. So this is a great location, and all this is single family homes around this area. Venetian Pool is another spot. If you have kids, they'll love coming here. It's a pool made out of coral rock, so it's very different, and it's open to the public, and it's another great spot to go. Salvador Park is one of my kids' favorites. They love going there. It's a very nice playground with tennis courts. So as you see, we haven't even moved down south, and there's already tons of things to do right smack here in the middle of Coral Gables. Okay, all this is the golf course, the Biltmore Golf Course. Right behind the Biltmore, you have Bird Road, which is another street that goes east and west. You have the Riviera Country Club, which is a private golf course. Very nice as well, but this one is private. You have to be a member in order to use their facilities, golf and tennis. And then as you move south, you have all this is the University of Miami. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's an amazing school. They're known for their sports, their football team, but they have a great law school and a great medical school. And their medical school is actually, as I zoom out, is over here on the north, close to the downtown area by Jackson. This whole area is called the health district. You have the Jackson Memorial Hospital, and then you have the University of Miami as it pops up. Here's the parking, University of Miami Institute. All this is just like a medical campus for UM, and there's a Jackson Memorial Hospital. That's called the health district. So let's go back to Coral Gables. We were here getting close to US 1, the University of Miami. And again, all this is single family homes. The condos are going to be more by the Miracle Mile section and close to this Granada golf course. The rest is going to be single family, very nice homes, Spanish architecture. And then surrounding university, you may find some condos, but they're going to be the low-rise garden condos. A lot of students live around this area. And as you move down past US 1, and all this is UM country, and tons of things to do on US 1, a lot of restaurants and stores. You have Publix. In here, it's still Coral Gables, but it has a different feel. And there's actually an area in Coral Gables in like the Chinese architecture. I don't know how that started, but there's a few homes that are like a Chinese style home, and that's a little. They have even tours about that section. But down here, the homes. Here you go, the Chinese village. In here, in the Chinese village, you have some houses that are not like the homes in Coral Gables. It's something different. See, the architecture is a little different. Chinese village in Coral Gables. I think there's only like a handful of homes in that little block called the Chinese village. But down here, the homes start getting a little bigger, and the property values are a little more. Because like I said, you're getting close to the water, and these neighborhoods and the homes are getting a little bigger. And down Sunset Street, you're gonna have gorgeous homes down this street, heading east into this little circle right here, and that splits up going main highway to Coconut Grove. You can take Old Color down south. It's one of the prettiest roads in all of Miami. You got Coco Plum, which Coco Plum is a private and residential community with these waterfront properties leading out to Biscayne Bay. Gorgeous and single family homes in here. You got Old Cutler Gables Estates is another nice one. So all this is still Coral Gables. As I move out, here we have our Coral Gables boundary. We're still in Coral Gables as we move south here and go sort of around this neighborhood called High Pines, another hidden gem close to Coral Gables, close to Pinecrest, in fantastic homes and a little less price, and you don't pay the property taxes like if you were in Coral Gables. So that's another hidden gem called High Pines that maybe we'll discuss in other videos. Coral Gables goes now to the water. All these homes around the water, Gables Estates, Old Color, Cocoa Plum, are a lot larger estates and a lot pricier. You got waterfront properties. If you have a boat and you like to keep your boat there and you just like living in maybe a private community, down here you can have more of your associations. Within the Coral Gables, there's not many associations, so it's more open in communities. But you move down here past High Pines, continues to be Coral Gables. As you see, Coral Gables is a very large neighborhood and has different sections: the north, the middle, and now we're in the south. And the homes here are still big. Here you're gonna find more private communities. And there's communities where they're like hidden within a lot of trees, very secluded. You feel like you're somewhere else. And down here you have a lot of activity. You have Fairchild Tropical Gardens, which is a beautiful botanical garden. They have a lot of activities. They have art being displayed all the time. They have events for the kids. They have movie night. They have a cafe. There's water running through it. Tons of acres. You can also become a member and they give you discounts. You have Matheson Hammocks Park and Marina, which is the cool area to visit. It's like $7 to pay to go in. You park. You can have you can drop your boat off here because there's a marina, but there's also a lagoon. It's like a beach. The water goes in here, forms a nice little lagoon. I love taking my kids here. There's a lifeguard. It's very safe, family oriented. There's a restaurant called Red Fish Grill. It's an excellent restaurant with outdoor seating, cool ocean breeze. This is a great spots that a lot of people don't know about. In nice little hidden gem, but if you live in this area, you'll get to know it. So as you move down south, you have Old Color that's going down. Now you're at the tip of Coral Gables, but down here at the tip, you have another hidden gem, which is a great. You have Gables by the Sea, fantastic neighborhood with beautiful waterfront properties. You're still in Coral Gables. It may feel like you're not, but you're in Coral Gables. And down here, all this is like a reserve. This is the Matheson Reserve. There's not much here, but here in this little section called Deering Bay, this is another hidden gem. Price is a little more expensive, but there's some condos here right on the water, which are beautiful. It's some single family. There's a golf course within there. So you can live here, and it's sort of an association, a community, a gated community, where there's a golf course, tennis courts, and places to eat. There's beautiful waterfront condos right on this area called Deering Bay. So this is the tip of Coral Gables, which is fantastic. Now you're probably thinking, wow, Coral Gables is so big, but it doesn't feel like you're in a big city. If you live in Coral Gables, you still have that suburb feel, that Coral Gables lifestyle where you just gotta experience it to really understand it. But it's one of the most beloved neighborhoods in all of Miami. Now, are there great schools? Yes, there's fantastic schools, in public, charter schools, and privates. All these are schools. You got Montessori schools all over. You have charter schools. You have Gulliver Prep, which is a great private school in St. Thomas. So a lot of great schools, and you're close to in Coconut Grove that has other great schools when it comes to private schools. So the people who live in Coral Gables and move to Coral Gables are, one, because they want a great, safe neighborhood for their families that they can enjoy a good childhood, send them to great schools, but still live in nice, beautiful homes, and have a lot of activities to do and great shopping. Another shopping I didn't mention is Merrick Park, which is a fantastic outdoor shopping mall. Down here are the shops at Merrick Park. On the getting to close to University of Miami, getting to US 1, down Ponce de Leon. This is another shop I love coming with my kids, and whether it be shopping or just going out and eating at one of the restaurants there. It's beautiful, just walking around, and they put a nice big Christmas tree in the Christmas time here. So there's a lot of things going on here. So right here, all this is just three levels of outdoor shopping. You got Nordstrom there, you got a movie theater, tons of things to do if you live in Coral Gables. Not only Miracle Mile, but this whole section of Merrick Park, and you're close to other neighborhoods like Coconut Grove, and you have golf if you like playing golf. The Biltmore Hotel, you can visit their pool. But Coral Gables is definitely not only a beautiful place, but a very safe neighborhood. And if you have a family, definitely want to think about, because it has that suburb community oriented feel, and it's not that far from everything else. You're still close to all the action. So there you have it. Now you're well informed on what it's like living here in Coral Gables, Florida. And if you think this is the perfect neighborhood for you and your family, or you want to learn more about it, or maybe it's not for you, and that you probably think, oh, it's really nice, pretty, but I don't know, I want more of a suburb area, different kind of neighborhood. And whatever it is, we got to make sure that when we speak to you and we know what your lifestyle is, because that'll determine what kind of neighborhood you should be living, depending on your lifestyle, your wants and needs and desires. And that way you'll be happy once you make that move here in Miami, Florida, and it'll be an enjoyable experience. If not, you're just going to be miserable and you're going to want to move out right away. So make sure to reach out to us. That's the only way we can help you. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, however you want to get a hold of us. Days, nights, and weekends, we got your back when making that smooth move to Miami, Florida. And until next time, we'll see you later.